Boogety Boogety Boogety, JB. Let's get back to racing.
See, we were missing that last week.
I know.
Man.
I realized when I was editing, I was just like, oh. But funny enough,
What's up?
I used to answer the phone. Like someone would call me and I'd just be like, yo. And I was thinking, like, that'd be a fun way to start the shows too, because it sounds like a car just zooming by on the corner.
Yo.
And my buddy and my roommate, he'd always just be like, he'd always laugh at it. Like, cause I don't really do it as much anymore. I feel like it's not as
well,
it's
no,
not very formal.
You got to bring it back now.
Yeah, but occasionally if I know who I'm talking to, like like I said, my buddy gives me a quick call, hit him with the yo,
Yeah.
and he's just like little throwback nostalgia.
See, that probably brightens up his day a little bit too. Just hearing that. So
speaking of some nostalgia, some throwback, let's rewind. Let's rewind the grandfather clock 10 years back to Denny Hamlin's last tour at Martinsville, because that's who took away the grandfather clock this week at Martinsville in Virginia.
Denny, where are you going to put this stupid clock? Just where? Where? Come on. This is his 6 clock now?
Yes, he has 6 in total, and I love the fact that you hate it.
Where does this go?
I mean, I'm sure he has 6 rooms in his house. You got to think he has at least a bedroom, right? He has a kid, so and there's 2 bedrooms, a bathroom.
You're gonna put a grandfather clock in your child's bedroom?
Why not? We're thinking about places he could put a JB. He's got a bathroom. I'm gonna go out.
I am not putting a grandfather clock in a bathroom.
He probably has 2. I'm just saying he could put it. He probably has a garage, JB. We're up to 5 rooms, so that's probably where he has his 5 grandfather clocks currently. I'll admit, he might not have a place for the 6th. If he has a patio with solarium somewhere like that, maybe. Perfect spot for it. The entryway in the den.
I really hate this trophy so much.
Speaking of trophies, we're going to get into some blind rankings.
Yeah. We'll get into that.
Yeah, JB and I are going to share the same topic of blind rankings. We're each going to give ourselves 5 different trophies to blind rank. Hopefully there's not too much overlap, and we'll see how we like to slot each race and their awards given, whether that be current or former trophies, try to dip in the bag.
Try to mix and match a little bit.
We were out of the clock a little bit, 10 years for Denny Hamlin, be a little bit further for some of these older trophies, but let's just rewind it back to this weekend, JB, with the Cup race at Martinsville. Much cleaner than the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series.
Definitely a lot cleaner, I will say that. Paperclip is known as a paperclip. Very short track. Once again, Denny Hamlin came out on top, but I just felt like a lot of drivers were getting caught up in the turns because it's so tight right there, and then you want to be so aggressive once you hit that straightaway after the turn, and it's like you don't have enough time. So I saw a lot of congested cars in a lot of areas too.
100%. Anytime it seemed like they decided to go 3 wide in the turns, somebody was getting spun out. There was a lot of bumping, and they were a little bit more respectful, I would say, in the Cup Series race. They kind of were like aware of the boundaries of the cars and the track as well. In the Xfinity Series, they were just like all gas.
just go. Everybody just go.
Yeah. But definitely a lot of I enjoyed the Cup Series race. I really didn't know what to expect with all the cautions that we saw both Friday and Saturday. I was really thinking that it might be an ugly weekend, but the guys delivered, and Denny Hamlin just took over, dominated, won stage 2, and just did not relinquish any type of lead. He
posted to stage 3, man.
He let him sniff the bumper. You might get a whiff of that fart he has kicking out, but that was all you were getting of Denny Hamlin. It was just bumper to bumper, his nose up the lap traffic's rear, because he was just passing everybody. And it was when he got into that lap traffic, he'd really separate himself from the rest of the pack who would catch him. Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, both of them put up an effort to
Bubba Wallace as well too, man, trying to get into second so bad.
Yeah. And I was really rooting for Bubba Wallace. I love Christopher Bell. Obviously we got his car right there on the desk along with some of our other stuff we can get into in a sec. But I was really rooting for Bubba Wallace to come in second. That way we could get the 11 with the win, but then Denny Hamlin as the owner gets the 23-1 too.
He could be double proud.
11-23, and then instead of the 23-11 team.
I see where your head's at there.
Exactly. Yeah. But still, I mean, you had Joe Gibbs Racing going 1-2, and then obviously he comes in third as the car owner. And it was cool. I actually heard him talking about a little bit of the reactions to the racing this weekend. He was like, "Look, I'm a car owner." He's like, "I have a team, I have cars," and he's like seeing what happened this weekend and like the excuses that these young guys are coming up with. He's like I'm not gonna put you in one of my pieces of equipment. So it was like, I thought it was very interesting. I like to see Denny Hamlin and a lot
that's
of the vets.
business Denny Hamlin right there. That's the like, hey, this is my business too. Don't mess with it. I'm glad I won, but hey, these guys need to place and finish too.
Well, I mean, a lot of the drivers were talking about, look, like NASCAR needs to either step up and start doling out some punishments and penalties, and it is Penalty Tuesday, because it's Tuesday mornings when we do record these episodes. So just a little behind the scenes action for you guys. But we'll see what ends up happening. But I mean, the drivers are saying, look, if they're not gonna, we're going to police it ourselves. And I think Brad Keselowski, who is now owner on RFK, Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, he's saying it's going to be up to the owners too to step up and maybe park some of these drivers, if they're not going to respect the equipment and respect the people out there on the track. So I mean, they're the ones putting out the money. In the Xfinity race, I mean, a lot of the guys at the end of the race who were getting into it, they're all part of JR Motorsports. So like Junior, gonna have to eat the costs to repair those vehicles and end up losing the win to Richard Childress Racing, who I don't mind. All my hate is reserved for one driver and for one reason.
I think we know.
Yeah. And it's literally like, I don't mind Richard Childress Racing in any other aspect. It's just the disrespect of the number 3 car. You have the greatest. You have the Intimidator and the Imposter, and we won't get into that right now.
Oh boy!
But
that's it. That's Chase's grind.
It's my soft spot. All right. What we will get into is something a little happier, like we talked about last week. We've got the Groovy Summer on the desk. The Elliott Sadler M&Ms.
Still
we got,
a dope car, man.
Rocking Ryan Blaney and his Menard semi truck. We even got his body armor 164 diecast. The Christopher Bell we mentioned up here. The Yahoo car, and then the discount tires.
Discount.
Austin Cindric, nothing wrong with the guy, like very indifferent to the guy. That discount tire car, I've had a crush on that look since Brad Keselowski came to Michigan in it. Yeah, dude, when they were rolling in the Dodge Challengers and Brad Keselowski was rolling in the number 22 in the Xfinity Series, Busch Series, whatever you want to call it back in the day, I just was like, that is such a good look. And the 22, the 2, like it's just, I don't know. I like the font of the 2s in the Penske team, and I don't know, just I like the clean look of that car. I would love to see them get a little bit better finishes out of the year. And Austin Cindric didn't get to finish this last race, had some battery issues for Team Penske.
Yeah, I don't understand it. How does a team run out of batteries?
They were replacing them. I think Josh Berry was the first one to have issues. Winner of stage 1, by the way. So and then had to replace his battery, Austin Cindric, and they ended up running out of the batteries.
It's just so wild that a team can run out of batteries for a car. Like, there's not like a backup like set. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, there's definitely some electrical issues going on there. There had to have been because like what else can you explain for all of the cars on the team having similar issues? But yeah, I don't know if you've seen JB Team Penske rolling out some of those throwback schemes for the Arlington this
coming up this weekend are going to be nice. Yeah. They are going to be nice.
Oh yeah,
at Darlington, of course, the Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun weekend.
Speaking of the Lady in Black, the last car we forgot to mention up here, we got that 38 Casey Kane that I got from my guy 38. Vincent. So
shout out Vincent.
So hope you're having a go, man. Hope you're tuned in, checking out the latest episodes. But shout out to Casey Kane, man. I did not realize how good he was and how I don't want to say tragic his rookie year was, because it's he just came so close. He had a very Mark Martin-esque, Carl Edwards-esque career, in that single season of his rookie year. He kept coming in second. I think in his first 7 races, he had 2 of the closest finishes all time in NASCAR. Okay. As far as margins of victory, where he was the loser, ended up coming in second place, which sucks. But I mean, my uncle, R.I.P. Uncle Randy, he his favorite driver after Bill Elliott, he took over for Ray Everingham's racing. I think that was the team back in the day. So, but speaking of cool cars, JB, we'll dive into car of the week. I do want to ask you a quick question.
What's up?
I saw this stat. I teased you last week to give you some time to mull it over. Martinsville, hot dog track, home of the hot dogs, the paperclip, the famous hot dogs down there. They said it would take 5,554 and a half hot dogs lined up, and I'm imagining human centipede style, like
Is
hot
it-
dog, end to end.
Hot dog to hot dog. Are we talking hot dog and bun going connected?
I imagine hot dog and bun connected
all the way around.
All
Okay.
right, 5,554 and a half hot dogs.
Ugh.
How long would it take you to eat one lap in those hot dogs? Now you can put
That's
whatever
a
you want on
lot
there.
of
If you
hot
want
dogs.
to put some chili on there, you want to put a little cheese, you want to put a little ketchup, a little mustard, a little relish, whatever you want on
That's
your
a lot of
dog.
glizzies, man.
That's a lot of glizzies. Yeah, yeah.
500. It'll probably take a full year.
Oh yeah, it's 5,550.
Oh, 5,000. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. All right, that's more than that. All right. This will be like what, 4 years? I'm
Okay,
gonna go
I was
4
gonna
years
say-
on this one.
I was gonna say like 5 years roughly. You think? Yeah,
4 to 5 years,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I think.
What about you? Would it take 4 to 5 years, or
I think if I was
cut that in half?
fully determined,
Fully invested in it?
I want to say I could maybe do it in. I want to say 3 years, and maybe sub
3 years.
Yeah, it's a lot of hot dogs.
Do you realize how many hot dogs you're eating like per week?
It would be like 15 hot dogs a day almost, which is almost 2 packs. So they come in 8 packs.
Oh my god.
So
No.
that wouldn't even be. That would just be like how many you'd have to eat to do it. I think in a year. So, 15 hot dogs a day. Yeah, I'm gonna say I could do it in 3 years. I'm gonna say 2 years, 11 months. I'm gonna say sub 3 because I like hot dogs.
Well,
So-
you've got a challenge, my friend.
I am.
Like, good luck to you on that, but I don't think I can do that in 2 years.
We'll see. This is never gonna happen, but in theory, so it's just it's just fun to chew on. Obviously, we're not.
Challenge accepted. Go.
I wonder, I wonder how many like hot dogs Joey Chestnut has done in his like 4th of
His whole tenure at the
just in like the 4th of
at
July
Nathan's.
contest. It's like how many has he come down? Because he does like 60 and 70 at a time and stuff. So it's like, how many
He's won
how many
this,
of
like,
those
a couple
Nathan's hot
years.
dog eating competitions would he have to do one lap? That's good. That's another good question.
Yeah, that's
But-
another good.
But we don't have to dive into that. What we can
can do that
dive
next
into,
week.
Car of the week.
Car of the
A
week.
lot of really cool cars. As we talked about next week, they're at Darlington. They're doing throwbacks. That's going to be a tough.
That's going to
pick.
be even tougher, too.
But
Yeah.
they made it tough this week too. I thought there was a lot of really cool rides, and I feel like the one I'm going to end up picking is going to be a bit of a shock. But JB, do you want to take it away? I'll let you kick it off with your top 3 if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. We'll do that.
Awesome.
Some runner-ups I got here. I'm going to cover my laptop so you
For
don't
sure.
see it.
I won't peek.
So I got to go number 3. Ty Gibbs driving the 54 monster truck, the all black. I just like the all black on the other car. So I thought that was really nice. So that's my runner up at 3.
He had some words for about your guy Tyler, right?
I know.
So keep that.
They were talking after the race. I seen it as well too.
Yeah.
But at least they were man enough to go up to each other.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, don't do that.
For sure.
But coming up number 2, he came in 3rd. Mr. Bubba Wallace with the 23 McDonald's
Ooh,
car. The
you're loving
McDonald's
it?
car. I was loving it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was a nice,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
that's a nice wrap job on that car, man. Shout out to him. Number 1 car of the week, Chris Buescher.
Chris Buescher?
Buescher, yes.
Okay, yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Buescher. Number 17, the Kroger Old El Paso car for me,
It
man.
looked pretty cool. The way they do like the font where they had is like that like chrome like streak on there. I do give it up to
The
to
Old
RFK.
El Paso.
Yeah, I did like it. I will say I wasn't a huge fan of the hood being the plain white with the Kroger. I thought
Yeah,
that took a little bit away
you
from
could
it.
have switched that up a little
But
bit, but
overall,
it might have been timing. I don't know.
Side profile of the car was fantastic. So I've got now mine, and like I said, I want to show a little bit of love. It is our guy D-Mac's birthday, and I want to show a little love
Shout out
to
to D-Mac.
one of his favorite drivers, Rowdy Kyle Busch. I thought that Lucas Oil paint job was looking pretty nice.
Okay.
I thought it looked good. He didn't have a bad race. He didn't have a good one, but he didn't have a bad one. Just kind of, right there. But also shout out Cynthia Gautier. It's kind of making me think of our, our Lady in Monster Jam.
Shout out our girl Cynthia Gautier.
Rocking the Lucas Oil.
Came in 2nd, I believe, in the race.
Yeah, and another shout out for a car that I thought looked really good. The number 47 Sunny D from Ricky Stenhouse. That's Sunny Delight. Yeah, I was like, Sunny D, and like it's sponsored by a few different cars and a few different drivers, but I was just like, you know what? I feel like it's time to show some Sonny D some love.
I was going to put that on my list too.
Yeah.
I really was.
And honestly, there's another one. Honorable mention. I want to say Ryan Blaney's car, but we showed enough love to him on the desk right now. So I did want to show because like you said, this my one car of the week. They have the meats. Number 51 Arby's, driven by Cody Ware. I was like,
the Arby's car.
Yeah, JB. I thought it was so interesting. I thought it was cool. I dug it. I was just like, you know what, Arby's. You don't see a ton of fast foods. Obviously you have the Bubba Wallace McDonald's that we're showing some love to, but it reminded me of like throwing back Wendy's had some car sponsors before. Burger King has done a sponsor. I was like, dude,
I just thought it was funny.
Long John Silver's, dude. Honestly,
why did Long John Silver's have a car?
Again, throwing it back to what you were talking about with Chris Buescher and the 17. I almost threw it on there with the font alone, but in the side profile. But I didn't like the white hood. The white hood, it was Long John Silver's. You guys were this close to making
the list.
Close.
You almost made the list.
You did. I've never eaten a Long John Silver's, and if you eat there, I think less of you. My parents love Long John Silver's.
Nothing's wrong with Long John Silver's if you like Long John Silver's. Also, if you can find one anywhere.
I'll agree to that. Though my only experience with Long John Silver's is the one off West Ave in Jackson, and it never looked the best.
Well, obviously they're not gonna look the best.
just looking at it, I was just like, I don't know why you'd want to eat there. And then my dad would be like, yeah, can I get some hush puppies? And he likes the hush puppies.
You can't go wrong with hush puppies, man. Come on.
But yeah, and so that was that. But I don't. Long John Silver's in for me. But you were this close to making it. It was the white hood that threw it off. But
close to making it.
Cody Ware, Arby's. You have the meats. You're my number one car of the week this weekend. And I know we're running short on time this week, JB. But we do want to get into those trophy rankings.
Yes.
I do have my list. I'm going to give to you really fast, so you can rattle off how you rank these trophies.
Hopefully mine aren't the same either as yours.
Starting off, you're a bit of a fight guy. A bit of a wrestler. You got this one on your list too. We got the Las Vegas title belt back in the day.
I like this belt. I really like this belt. Give it to me at 2.
Number 2. Okay.
I feel like there's gonna be some better ones on this list.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna force you to put the clock at number 1.
I swear. I swear.
All right. Number 2 for you to rank. Next up on the list, we have the New Hampshire lobster. When they go to New Hampshire, they get that giant lobster.
Although there is an actual trophy for it. I think that's pretty cool. I don't particularly like lobster, so it's 3 for me.
3? Okay, I've never had it, so it's something I want to try. All right. Next up.
It's creepy, it's a giant lobster. All right.
Next up, we're going to hit the Monster Mile. We got in Dover, Miles the Monster holding the car up. Where are you putting Miles the Monster?
I'm going to let you know ahead of time. This is on my list as well, too, and I really love this trophy. Number 1.
Number 1? Okay,
Number 1.
Hell yeah, I gotcha. All right. Next up on us first list, we got a road course. Sonoma out in California. You get a giant goblet. Oh, and then it comes with wine in a bottle. So it's the whole wine and goblet. It's a very classy.
It's a classy one.
Yeah.
That's a classy one. I like it. I'll go 4. I'll go 4 with that one.
All right. Now, I'm going to pull up a quick picture of this one in case you don't know what it looks like. But, JB, last up, 2006, Atlanta, Tony Stewart, Big Roar, the 8-foot trophy.
Oh, good
300-pound tall, 8-foot tall grizzly bear. Presented by Bass Pro Shops. Try to pull up the image for us really fast.
Once again, where are you putting this thing?
I don't know, but Bass Pro Shops was going
godly
all
big
out.
For no reason.
Bass Pro Shops going all out. Now this gets slotted at number 5, which I think
this is easily number 5. I can't even transport this anywhere.
Yeah, honestly, for you, this is probably perfect for that being number 5 because you're not a fan of the clock. You think it's a little impractical. What are you gonna do with it? I think that is so cool.
No.
And look they even had the Bobby Labonte Bass from Bass Pro Shops for I think it was 02 Atlanta. So they were going all out. I hear you with how much did that thing cost?
How much does this cost? Who transports this thing?
8 feet tall and it was bronze. So Big Roar, number 5 on JB's trophy rankings.
God, some of these I love that they're going outside the normal regular trophies that we see in sports, but at a certain point you gotta stop. There's a cutoff.
I don't know. I hear you. I love it. I love the uniqueness. I love
I love the uniqueness, but
my
God, you got to stop at a certain point.
I mean, different strokes, different folks, JB. I would always be like balls to the wall, pedal to the metal, trying to win every race. But if you told me that was what was waiting for me in victory lane,
you're trying harder.
God. I would if they laid out like a calendar, like a promotional calendar, like the way you can go to like a Tigers game, Red Wings game, or Lions, and they have like the giveaways each weekend for Friday night, Saturday night game. If they were like, yeah, this is the trophy for each race, as a driver, I would have certain races circled. Like I need to win that race. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it takes. Like
you just want to win.
If both arms are broken, I'll saw the cast off like Ricky Bobby, baby. I need that trophy.
All right. Well, let me get into my blind ranking while we got a little bit of time left. So, I'm gonna start this one off. Miles the Monster out in Dover International Speedway. What do you think?
I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna slot this one at number 3. Keep it very neutral because I feel like you're gonna come up with some heaters, and I feel like there's a couple that I'm gonna want to put a little bit below it. So I'm gonna stay safe. Put it at number 3.
All right, this is a classic one. The Harley J. Earl Trophy given out at Daytona. This one is like quite big, has some nameplates on the front, and a very nice classic car on top.
Probably gonna be a little blasphemous again. I'm gonna put it at number 2.
Number 2.
I think it's very nice, classic.
It's a classy trophy.
But there's a couple of trophies, just in case there's a big roar in there somewhere or something like that. I'm gonna put it at number 2.
So I went in the vault for these one, but the wrench at Cobalt 400 for Las Vegas.
I got you. I saw that.
The wrench is nice, man.
It is cool. It is pretty cool. Man, what a tool to have in that box. So I'll put it at number 5 though. I think it's really cool.
Number 5.
Yeah, I just feel like it's something that you throw up on the wall, and it's just like, oh, it's a cool big wrench. Like the other trophies, like it's a trophy, but it's just a wrench. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
I mean, it's engraved. It's nice. It's a large wrench.
But a lot of wrenches are engraved, even the small ones too. So.
All right, next up we got the SpongeBob SquarePants Trophy at the
now
400 in Kansas City.
The wrench at 4. I'm gonna put SpongeBob at number 4. A one-off. It was cool. It has like the classic like cup shape and everything, but it's just
it's
like
SpongeBob. Like, how can you not hate SpongeBob?
I'm sorry, Cobalt. I should have put you at number 4. Instant regret.
And finally, your favorite of all, the Martinsville Grandfather Clock.
I was holding out for something like this. Yeah, I'm cool with this
I know you like this one.
As much as like I would love the Harley J. Earl Trophy, and how much it would mean to win Daytona, just how cool it would be to have that grandfather clock.
It's not cool. It is not.
It is cool. It is
no.
Cool. I disagree. Like I said, I think grandfather clocks are cool. I think the fact that Richard Petty has 12, Darrell Waltrip has 8, now Denny Hamlin has 6.
Where are these clocks going? They're just collecting dust in someone's corner of a garage.
Hopefully one day, JB, we'll get to maybe ask one of these gentlemen, whether it be Darrell or Denny.
That would be my one question. Denny, where the hell are you keeping all these clocks, man?
Yeah. So that's a great question. But I honestly it's super cool. It's been going on for a long, long time.
Yes.
It's slipping my mind. The furniture company that has been partnered with Martinsville giving out that clock is the trophy, and I don't think it's like a driver in all 3 races gets one. So Daniel Hemrick in the Truck Series won a grandfather clock, his first career truck win, and then it was Austin Hill who ended up sneaking away with the win, ended up getting the grandfather clock for his Xfinity win Saturday night, and then we'll see who goes home with the trophies this week at Darlington.
Darlington will be nice this weekend.
So, going to be a fun week. I know we are kind of running close on time, JB, so we can kind of start to wrap it up there.
Oh, yeah.
But do you have any shout-outs you want to say? Shout out to any of your drivers, any of your people?
Shout out to Bubba Wallace. I know you came in third once again this race, but I'm telling you, you're still having a good season. You're going to get there. You're close, man. You're close. Just keep your head down. Keep working, man. Team 2311, you still got this.
Hell yeah. Shout out Team 2311. Shout out Ryan Blaney. Shout out Chase Elliott. You got Fast and Loose here with JB Smooth and Chase Elliott. Emily, hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Peace.